Okay, they touch fists and things are underway, and immediately Alves pulls guard. Now, Murasaki he looked like a tank today. He's looked so strong on top, but there have been some moments where we've seen him in trouble. There have been a couple of moments today where he has been in less than desirable positions, but he's fought his way out and he's come back to win.
Absolutely. He's such a technical passer. But look, Johnatha Alves potentially coming up on a sweep here. And that'll be two.
Right in front of the scoreboard. They'll reset, which we expect to be close. But where we said that Murasaki has been in a little bit of trouble today in some of his matches, you can't say the same thing for Johnatha Alves. It's rare to see him in trouble in a match.
Absolutely. He's very safe, very poised. I would say that he's one of the safer competitors in the entire weight division. And Murasaki really has made statements in his passing, but make no mistake, he has a dangerous guard as well.
Open guard passing for Johnatha Alves on top. The Art of Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Oh, driving forward now.
Great recovery by Andy Murasaki, but Johnatha Alves really staying aggressive with this guard passing.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of pressure on Murasaki here, and Murasaki's guard is good, but the grips and the posture of Alves are doing so much work. I mean, you can see how hard he's driving. He's pushed Andy Murasaki about half of the distance of the whole mat. He's driving forward so hard.
Murasaki, he seems to favor this collar and sleeve on the right side of Johnatha Alves. Now pulling into the closed guard. And just under 3 minutes have gone by in this match, but only up by 2 is Johnatha Alves, and this is a good position, I think, for Murasaki to work to get those points back.
Very possibly, yeah. The majority of his sweeps do come from the open guard. He's a big fan of that sweep where they use the cross-side collar and ankle grip like many of the Atos competitors do. We're just not really accustomed to seeing him on his back and in this position because we're so used to seeing Murasaki pass, much like Alves has been doing in this match. But Alves was so clever in his strategy of putting Murasaki on his back so soon in the match. I think that's a very smart move indeed. Penalty there from the video refs. Penalty against Murasaki for inactivity, basically, for what they consider to be stalling. Not actively working from the closed guard.
Now using that lapel grip around the back to create a little bit of space. And what this will show the refs as well is that he's trying to push Alves away, and this could potentially give Alves a penalty if he's not active in trying to pass off this, because you can tell Murasaki's trying to now push a little bit to create a little bit of space. Now Murasaki opts to open.
Not a lot happening here from this position. They've been stuck in the close guard for a while now, and Alves is staying safe, making sure to maintain a good defensive posture. Not really making any efforts in opening the guard, whereas Murasaki has already received a penalty for lack of activity from bottom, but this is different. Now, open guard, an attempt to pass for Alves. An attempt to sweep for Murasaki. Murasaki comes up to his feet. Pulls to guard once again.
It's interesting, Murasaki kind of left his legs open for a second. Did you notice that? Oh, and now it's Alves passing around to the side.
Manages to break the lasso grip of that sleeve. Will we see Alves pull and sweep again? He was so effective with that earlier in the match. There's still 3 minutes remaining. It's not a huge lead, 2 points, but there is that penalty on the scoreboard as well.
This is a smart game plan from Johnatha Alves as well. This burns a lot of time off of the clock. And one thing we have to keep in mind as well is let's assume Andy Murasaki takes Johnatha Alves down. Andy Murasaki's still down by a penalty. So that penalty was actually, that was worthwhile. Now I imagine we'll see Johnatha remain on the feet and force Andy Murasaki. Oh, I stand corrected, he pulls guard. Andy Murasaki needs to be very careful to avoid the 50-50 of Johnatha Alves. As we see right here. Oh, and Johnatha needs to be careful for the positioning of his legs there, but Murasaki spinning underneath. This is an interesting spot. We only have a little over a minute left. Murasaki opting to come on top instead of finishing the berimbolo. And like I said, Johnatha Alves is going to look potentially to lock 50-50. If it gets to that point, the match might as well be over.
Here's the end of the match, and that 2-point lead that Johnatha Alves scored.
Johnatha Alves, representing Art of Jiu-Jitsu.